Welcome to another edition of Musician Accents, and today my special guest is Julia Bastuscheck, our one of our wonderful violists. Julia, welcome.
Hey, it's good to be with you, Scott.
Good to be with you, and it's been an interesting year and a lot of time to figure out technical stuff, even though it doesn't seem to always go right.
We just do our best.
Yeah, we've had some issues getting this interview started, but it's nice to be able to chat with you now. And I just wanted to ask, how have you been holding up these past 13-ish months now?
It has been a long pandemic. I'll just leave it at that. But I've been lucky. I still have my teaching studio going pretty well, and my students are happy and they're making progress. And I've still been playing. And just this coming weekend, I'm going up to Juneau, Alaska to do a virtual concert up there with some people from the Juneau Symphony.
Wonderful, wonderful. Always great to get to Juneau, I'm sure. And because that's an orchestra you've played with also for quite some time now, right?
Yes, since 1988.
That is a long time. So, well, let's back up a little bit. How did you get started in music, and how did you pick the viola?
Well, my mother had a violin. She played the violin when she was a young girl and all the way through high school. And then the violin stayed in the closet. And I was not allowed to touch it, no matter what. And so, of course, it was like the most exciting thing in the world when I got big enough to play the violin.
Hmm.
And then the San Francisco Symphony actually sent a string quartet to my elementary school in Palo Alto.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so I was probably in fourth grade when I heard that string quartet, and ever since that day, the violin disappeared, and I had to play the viola, and that was all it has ever been for me since
Wow.
that day.
What was special about that? Was it something about the color that just drew you to it, or
Yeah,
can you explain it?
it was the sound and the tone color and just how it fit in with the other instruments in the string quartet. And it
Uh-huh.
just fascinated me, maybe because I had never heard of the viola before.
Huh.
But the music teacher gave me a school instrument to take home, and that was the end of that. I've been a violist ever since.
Well, wow, that's quite a story. So is there a can you pinpoint a particular moment in your life that you said, this is it, music is it for me, this is what I want to do? Is there a moment or experience like that for you?
Yes, definitely. Is when I started playing with the San Jose Youth Symphony when I was in seventh grade,
Hmm.
and once I got into the orchestra and started, being part of it, that was just I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Uh-huh. Well, that's great. And so you've been doing it ever since.
Yeah.
Haven't looked back, huh?
Well, no, I haven't. It's had its
um,
ups and downs.
oh, I'm sure we all have, especially this past year. But and with music, do you have a favorite composer in the sort of classical realm?
Well, believe it or not, I do. I love playing all music, and whatever's on the stand in front of me at any time is probably my favorite. But
Hmm.
of all the composers, I really love Mendelssohn.
Really?
Yeah, I just love the intricacy of his work and just all the different lines and all the references to Bach and
All right.
all. I just love Mendelssohn.
Do you remember your first Mendelssohn experience?
Yes. I played in the All California High School Symphony when I was in, oh gosh, sophomore year of high school. We played the Fifth Symphony, the Reformation Symphony.
Oh, such a great symphony.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'll put that in your ear for programming.
Oh, I've been wanting to do the Reformation Symphony for such a long time now. I've never conducted it, and it's the next Mendelssohn that I would love to do. Actually, either that or the Scottish, which I've also never done. So you can expect some Mendelssohn sometime in the near future.
Oh, fabulous.
um, and so you've been with the North State Symphony now for how long?
For 12 years.
12 years. So a good portion of its existence. That's amazing. How did you come to be associated with the symphony?
Well, Kyle Wiley Pickett was our conductor up in Juneau.
Hmm.
And so he knew how I played. I was principal viola up there, and he knew that what he could expect. And so when we moved to Oregon, he invited both me and Nathan to come play with North State Symphony.
I
Been,
gotcha.
been
So
such a
you
great experience.
so you were still sort of living in Juneau, and then shortly thereafter came to Oregon.
Yeah, when I retired from my teaching position up in Juneau, we moved to band.
Right, right. Okay. And that was about 12 or 13 years ago.
Yeah, it was in 2009.
Wow, okay. And in all of these years that you've played with the North State Symphony, do you have a favorite concert or a favorite piece that you've done, a favorite experience? I mean, I know I've talked to some of the musicians who we've talked about the famous Stravinsky Scream now, but what concerts stand out for you?
My favorite, Scott, was the Mahler Five.
Wow, okay.
I just love that. I never played it before, and
Mhm.
it was a fantastic experience all around.
That was an epic performance, to say the least. I will never forget it. I mean, especially the process of putting such a intricate and complex and sharply contrasting piece together with the North Sea Symphony. And that was my first time doing that, and I can't wait to do one of the other Mahlers with our ensemble as well. Um, but yeah, it's always fun to dig into something that's on just a different planet with the orchestra, you know? I mean, Mahler himself even spoke of, the symphony must be the world, it must embody everything. And we certainly had our emotional roller coaster going through those performances.
Oh yeah, but it goes to show the quality of all of the musicians and all of us working together to pull something like it was really quite a phenomenal performance, Scott. It was great.
It was so much fun, and just the amount of sound that we had in Laxon and the Cascade. It'd be fun to get the Resurrection Symphony in there. Maybe that would be an appropriate post-pandemic piece.
Hey, yeah.
But I am determined to get Beethoven 9 on stage, and that's hopefully the next big choral piece that we get to do.
Oh, good. I was going to ask if that's still on the agenda, because I've been working on my part.
Oh, that's great to hear. Yeah, I mean, of course, we couldn't get to it at the end of our 19th season, and then it was programmed at the beginning of this season, our 20th, and then at the end of the season, and then like, okay, when are we going to do it? So hopefully next season in May 2022 is when we're going to have what we're calling Unstoppable Beethoven, because it's a piece that everyone is going to need to hear at that point.
Indeed.
Yeah. I just have one more thing, and it's not really music related, but what are your hobbies? What do you do when you're not performing or practicing or teaching? How do you like to spend your time?
Well, I really like hiking. And I live in Central Oregon where there's desert, there's mountains, there's lakes. And I get outside as much as I can to experience just the beauty of where I live.
Certainly an amazing place, I'm sure. And, I spoke with one of our other amazing North State Symphony musicians who just happens to be your husband, Nathan Bastuscheck. And it seems like you all go on a lot of grand hiking adventures together, and I'm quite envious of all the places you've seen.
Well, the next place we're going is Northern Nevada. We
Oh
have a
yeah?
camping trip planned in just a couple weeks,
Wow.
and we're going to spend a week exploring new desert.
Well, I look forward to hearing about that. Actually, one other question just popped into my head. Outside of the classical realm, what kind of music do you listen to? If we looked at Julia's playlist, what would be on there?
Toto. Yep, Toto. That's what I
Just
listen.
Toto, all Toto.
Well, I like Toto. I really like all the I like that LA studio sound. I
Uh-huh.
really like Toto.
Okay, that's good to know. Maybe we can form a pops concert around that sometime.
That'd be interesting. It could be the Joseph Williams tribute concert.
Oh, okay, okay. I can dig that.
I just really like Toto.
Um, Well, Julie, I just want to say it's been a pleasure chatting. And also, I want to point out that you're one of our wonderful musicians who have yet to have a chair sponsor. So, anyone who is watching and learning about Julia, this is your time to sort of adopt one of our wonderful musicians and really, start to form a relationship and learn about all the amazing things that happen behind the scenes at the North State Symphony. So, Julia, let's help get you a chair sponsor soon.
Yeah, I'm lonely. I need a sponsor.
Well, Julia, thanks for chatting. I hope you guys have a wonderful hike in Nevada. And most of all, I really can't wait to get on stage with you again and perform live music in an energized concert hall full of people that have spent so long without that strong sense of community.
Boy, I can't wait to play again. That's going
Yeah.
to be so great to have a real audience in front of us.
Oh, I cannot wait. Well, Julia, have a great one, and I will chat with you soon, I'm sure.
Thank you, Scott. Really great to chat with you too.
All right, bye bye.
Bye.